Hello and welcome to episode 32 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. In this episode, we're going to play our first two games in the championship season. First time Exeter have been there. It's a home game against Norwich and an away game at Portsmouth. So stay tuned and I will take you through the starting lineup for the Norwich game. And welcome back. So I've made no further transfers since you were last with me. So starting lineup for today is Tiamkani in goals, Hume at left back, got Mason and Gabadebo in the centre of defence with Ramsey at right back, got Robertson and John in the middle of the park, Tamplin out on the left, Kirk in the support striker role, West on the right hand side and Jovchev up front. So we've got a couple of players making their debuts today: Gabadebo, Mason, Robertson, Jovchev. So hopefully, like last season, hopefully we can get a debut goal or two in here at home to Norwich. Carrying with the same system we played last season, balanced approach, and we will just see how the first few games settle down before we panic and change the formation or go a bit more attacking if everything goes well. So the first, I would say, 4 or 5 games will determine how we're getting on in terms of changing things. But until then, it's just a case of finding out which players are cut out at this level and which ones aren't. So here we go. 4 minutes in, we've lasted longer than we did last season before we lost the goal, so it's a promising start. Chance for Ramsey from a throw in then. Ball's broke to Norwich, who've got it on the break. They've only got one man up, so I'm hoping we can stop them creating anything clear cut. But well, I mean, what a finish that is. And we're probably going to find that a lot this season is the players we're playing against are just going to be a step above us. It's going to take us a couple of transfer windows to rotate players out and players in until we get a more settled side cut out for this level. So you'll just have to bear with us. The priority is survival first and foremost. After that, it's if you can push onto a mid-table. It's just all about the younger players in the squad getting a bit more experience and increasing in stature and experience and attributes, and at the same time bringing in loan players or new signings where we can. We don't have the biggest transfer budget in the world. There is a couple million left in there. We are looking at a potential centre defender from Serie B. But again, until the scout report comes back, we're not going to commit to anything. So we'll just press on with the squad we've got. Like I said in the previous episode at the transfer special, I think our squad is strong enough and deep enough to survive. But we're going to have to pick up points against the teams in and around us in terms of attributes, skill level, stature. I can't see us going around beating the Norwiches of this world, or the Blackburns, or whoever else is up there, the Huddersfields. I think we're going to have to look for the lesser stature clubs and trying to just pick up as many points as we can. That being said, coming up to half time, only 1-0 down. It's not terrible. It's just we've not really created anything clear cut. Saying that we've potentially got a break now. Jovchev's picked up the ball deep. John now in the middle of the park. Out to Ramsey. Good interchange, but again, the ball's gone up and not really amounted. Ramsey's kept it in. He's managed to get down the wing. Can he deliver it into the box? Yes, he can. Robertson picks up the scraps. Again, he's whipped it in. I mean, it was a cross-come shot. It didn't really go near around our players, but I mean, they've got a Rui Patricio in goal, so I don't think, unless it's a great shot, I can't see us getting it past him. But again, coming up to half-time, not the worst performance in the world in terms of the first game. We are a little bit behind in terms of XG, but possession-wise, we're doing great. We've got a couple of shots on target, so again, just try and get the players G'd up a little bit. Some positive mental attitude, so to speak. Send them out with a smile on their face. We'll give them a bit of encouragement, and hopefully we can fashion our first goal in the Championship era. I have looked at jobs that may become available, and we've not been at Exeter overly long, not a full season yet. So I don't expect we will be going anywhere in the short term. Free kick in by Tamplin. Again, the ball's broke out. It looks like Norwich might be able to break against us. I mean, the worrying thing is we've got quite a lot of players back, but they just seem to be able to cut through us quite easily. Kirk picks it up. We've got a chance of our own to break back up the other end. Tamplin driving forward, puts into West. He beats his man. But again, it's a wayward shot. Promising, but a little bit wayward. So here we go, coming up to the hour mark. Still a goal down. I think we've got back in terms of shots on target. We're doing better. I think it'll take us a few games to grow and settle in at this level. Just chuck out some encouragement. Another throw in for us. Hume down the left now into Kirk. He's been tackled, but Hume gets another chance. Can he spread the play? Into John, into West. Kirk out wide to Ramsey. Can he deliver it? Yes, he can, out to the edge of the box. Robertson. Oh, and it's a goalmouth scramble, and he nearly managed to get over the line. But again, we're knocking on the door, but we've not quite been able to fashion the chance we need yet. Again, not playing terrible. Looks like a chance for Norwich now from through, but Tamplin's picked it up and played up to Yovchev. He's going to break forward. He needs to get some support, and that's, I mean, that is a wayward shot, that. Have we got it on work it into the box? No. We probably want to do more work in the box and less shoot on sight, but again, 20 minutes to go. We've had some positive things from this game for sure. Another throw in on the right hand side with Ramsey. Throws it into West, back to Ramsey, delivers into the box. Tamplin had a chance but couldn't quite make it. John chucks it in again to Yovchev. Oh, and he's been disallowed for offside. It would have been great for him to get a debut goal. The board are a bit upset with the amount of money I've spent on Yovchev's wages, but I think he's a cut above the rest of our players, and if we're to stand a chance at this level, we're going to need someone to finish some of these chances, and we've seen that he can finish. He just needs to watch the line a bit more. Norwich now with a chance, just about 10 minutes to go, and yeah, and that's the difference. It's just an absolutely clinical finish. Ball in the top, one touch side, and then they bury it. So not a terrible start to the season. We'll just make a change to get Tamplin off, to keep him fresh for the next game. We'll get Sparks on who can play it there and give him a bit of exposure to championship life. 8 minutes to go. Disappointed because it's going to find us down around the bottom end of the table. But as I said at the start, I think that's where we're going to spend the initial parts of this season. Certainly until we can find the formation and instructions that work. But there we go. That being said, Sparks is flung in a free kick, and Robertson, he's got a goal on his debut. So 2-1 down, 4 minutes of injury time. Is there a chance for a last gasp equaliser? I mean, what would we give for a point on the first day of the season? I can't see it coming now, but 2 minutes drifting out. And I think the whistle's about to go. So yeah, 2-1 loss at Norwich. Not a terrible result. Some good performances, good possession. I mean, XG was better than theirs. Lots of shots, but just not clinical enough. I think when the goals start coming, we should do a little bit better. That being said, then I will click us through to the next game, which is away at Portsmouth. So stay tuned, and I will bring you the starting lineup for that match. And welcome back for the away game at Portsmouth. Similar starting lineup, only a few minor changes. Got Sparks coming in at left back instead of Hume, and Kirk we've moved from a shadow striker to an attacking playmaker just to try and free him up and get a bit more creativity at the end of the park. The only other change we're going to do is when we're in possession is just try and work it into the box rather than taking long shots. But that being said, we will get into the game and see how we get on in the away game at Portsmouth. First time out against Norwich, we weren't too bad. A 2-1 defeat's not the end of the world in our first game in the Championship. It wasn't a 4-5-0 mauling like we could have potentially expected, but we will get into this and hope that we can cause them some problems ourselves. So here we go into the first half of our first away game of the season. Again, I toyed with the idea of changing Yovchev's position. He is more familiar as a deep line forward, But to play that kind of role, I would need to play 2 up top. Now I could move Kirk back up front as an advanced forward, but it would leave us a little bit of a gap in the defence. And that's not to say I won't. It's just we need to give it a few games first to see how we settle down before we make too many tactical changes. So here we go, Portsmouth with a chance at the start of the game. Similar to when we went behind against Norwich, was about 7 minutes as well, so got to be wary about how we are at the start of these games. Again, it looks like another chance for Portsmouth right at the start of the game. Good save by TM Kane, and he's going to be pivotal as well this season, the goalkeeper. We need to make sure that we don't let too much get through. Kirk's picked up a minor injury, but he should be able to play through it, so we'll leave him on for now. And we'll just keep a monitor on what's going on. So here we go. That's what the league looks like if we manage to scrape a point. But a long way to go. Still another 80 minutes. See if we can fashion some chances of our own. It's always good, even when you get beat, to get a couple chances to maybe look like you're a bit more threatening, to trouble them in their final third. So we will just keep an eye on it, see who plays well, see who doesn't. We do have players that we can make changes with. Broom, who played great in that, shadow striker. Kirk, who can move into that advanced forward position up front. 20 minutes gone, not a lot in terms of clear-cut chances. And again, I need to be wary if that change from shadow striker to advanced playmaker impacts the creativity as a team overall. So if it stops us having so many shots and creating so many chances, I might need to go back. Robertson's picked up an injury and wants to come off, so we'll get Davenport on. He's an angry man, old Davenport. I think he's got high aggression. He loves a tackle, and I think the CA aggression 18. I think year on year he's going to be a yellow card champion. Disciplinary problems, but again, you need a player like that in there in the middle of the park to trouble them, to get the ball back so you can drive forward and make your own moves in their half of the pitch. So 33 minutes gone, not looking too bad. Not really been troubled too much apart from the first 7 minutes. Steadily growing into the game. I think we've got a little bit of control in terms of possession. It's now just a case of the players maybe being able to create something of their own. So we'll give them a bit of encouragement just coming up to half time. Look for some happy green faces. Again, it'd be nice to get our first point on the board in the first episode of this season. But I think there's a long way to go. And I wouldn't say we've done anything to say we should win this game. But I wouldn't say we've done anything to say we should lose it either. So we'll just stay in it. Kirk's not playing spectacularly. I thought he would play a little bit better as an advanced playmaker because it's a more familiar position for him. It might take a couple games for him to grow into that and for his teammates to work out where he's going to move. So half time then, probably maybe edged it, but we've got to keep going. Into the second half then, Tamplin starting to tire again. I'm not sure his natural fitness is 11, so it's not the highest, but I mean his physicals are pretty good. Throwing on the right then, Kirk back to Ramsey, but he's giving the ball away. Looked clear to the edge of the box. Tamplin had a chance, but he was unable to hit it. A bit of a snapshot from the edge of the box, so not expected to definitely go in, but it would have been nice if he could have hit the target. Another throwing down the right. Ramsey with the ball, plays it into West. Back to Ramsey. Back to John, he delivers it. But it looks like that's going to be a break to Pompey. And I'd be disappointed if they... Oh. Why do these things happen? Stupid challenge in the box has given Portsmouth, probably against the runner player, a chance to put themselves in front. Keeper's gone the wrong way, and you go from having a steady, solid game to being a goal down for the sake of a silly challenge in your own penalty area. Kirk not playing great, so what we'll do is we'll probably go a bit more aggressive. And we'll slide Kirk into an advanced forward role. So Yovchev, we will get deep line. And then Kirk, we can put in that advanced forward role if I can stop clicking on the wrong buttons. And see if we can edge our way back into this game. Kirk, who scored a lot of goals last season, top scorer. He can still play on, so I'm going to leave him on. Because I don't think he needs to come off yet. And he is probably one of our most threatening players in terms of finishing. Again, 30 minutes to go. We just need to, I think, G people up, shout a bit of encouragement again. All it's going to take is one chance to get us back in this game. And I've got all confidence in, I mean, Kirk and Tamplin finishing wise are brilliant. Oh, Tamplin's just indicated he wants to come off. So we'll get Ince out there wide. Kirk wants to come off, so we'll get Oliver on. And again, we're already starting to see players dropping out with injuries, which might impact us as the season goes on. Sparks having a bit of a rough time at left back. Hume should be back for the next game, and he should be, as the season goes on, he should be a bit more fit and a bit more regular. Mason having a good game at the back. But again, start of the season, 2 games in quick succession. It's probably knocked us for fitness a little bit. I'm not convinced in the attacking playmaker role. I might go back to a shadow striker because we had a lot of success with that last season. 8 minutes to go. And we will go slightly more attacking. Just to see at the last 7 minutes, see if we can fashion one last chance, one last throw of the dice. But it looks like we're going to kick off the season with 2 defeats. Then it's a long way back in the Championship if you fall too far behind. So we're going to have to put a stop to the losing run soon and find a way to get a bit more creative and get a few more chances. Into injury time now, 3 minutes left. I think a draw would have been a more fair result. But again, it's going to be tough for us in this first season in the Championship. Long kick over the top. We managed to get the ball back. Can we do anything with it in this last minute? Mason now on the ball at the back. Puts out wide to Ince. He's going to break down the left-hand side. And I think this just looks like it might be a red card. As much as that could have been beneficial 90 minutes ago, I don't think it's going to do us any favours this late in the game. We will get a chance to throw the free kick in. Sparks is over it. He delivered a good one in the last game. But again, that's headed clear, and I think this is going to peter out. Mason still keeps it alive. But yeah, I think that's the game gone. Unfortunately, so 0 points out of the first 2 games. We're probably going to be sat rock bottom or next to rock bottom. And unfortunately, this may be one of them seasons. Takes a bit to get us going because there's a lot of teams in there with a lot of good players, good stature. It's going to be hard to start looking at that kind of top 6 positions. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section how hard you think this season's going to be, whether you think we've got enough about us to stay up, or if you think we're going to be more reliant on a job offer than taking Exeter into the Premier League. Yeah, I know which one I think is more likely, but let us know in the comment section. Stay tuned, and I will catch you in the next episode for another couple of league games. I'll have a quick look at the schedule just so you know when you'll be coming back, but I normally like to do a month, so we'll probably come back sometime in September, maybe Millwall and Bristol City for another home and an away game. Hopefully we'll pick up our first point somewhere in amongst there. Not too fussed about the Carabao Cup. But anyway, stay tuned, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.